Lord Chesterfield's letters to his son, dated London, December 11th, 1747. Dear boy, there is nothing which I more wish that you should know, and which fewer people do know, that the true use and value of time. It is in everybody's mouth, but in a few people's practice. Every fool who slatterns away his whole time in nothings utters, however, some trite common place sentence, of which there are millions to prove at once that the value and the fleetness of time. The sundials, likewise, all over Europe have ingenious inscriptions to that effect, so that nobody squanders away their time without hearing and seeing daily how necessary it is to employ it well, and how irrecoverable it is if lost. But all these admonitions are useless there where there is not a fund of good sense and reason to suggest them rather than receive them. By the manner in which you now tell me that you employ your time, I flatter myself that you have that fund, and that is the fund which will make you rich indeed. I do not therefore mean to give you a critical essay upon the use and abuse of time. I will only give you some hints with regards to the use of the particular period of that long time which I hope you have before you. I mean the next 2 years. Remember then that whatever knowledge you do not solidly lay the foundation of before you are 18, you will never be master of while you breathe. Knowledge is a comfortable and necessary retreat and shelter for us in an advanced age, and if we do not plant it while young, it will give us no shade while we grow old. I neither require nor expect from you great application to books after you are thrown out into the great world. I know it is impossible, and it may even, at some cases, be improper. This, therefore, is your time, and your only time for unwearied and uninterrupted application. If you should sometimes think in a little laborious, consider that labor is an unavoidable fatigue of necessary travel. The more hours a day you travel, the sooner you will be at your journey's end. The sooner you are qualified for your liberty, the sooner you shall have it, and your manner and your uh, manumission will entirely depend upon the manner in which you employ the intermediate time. I think I offer you a very good bargain when I promise you that my word that if you will do everything that I would have you do till you are 18, I will do everything that you would have me do ever afterwards. I knew a gentleman who was so good at managing his time that he would not even lose that small portion of it which the calls of nature obliged him to pass in the necessary house, but gradually went through all the Latin poets in those moments. He bought, for example, a common edition of Horace, of which he tore off gradually a couple of pages, carried them with him to the necessary place, and then uh, read them first, and then sent them down as a sacrifice to Colchina. This was so much time fairly gained, and I recommend you to follow the example. It is better than only doing what you cannot help doing at those moments, and it will make any book which you shall read in that manner very present in your mind. Books of science and of grave importance must be read with continuity, but there are very many and even very useful ones which may be read with advantage by snatches and unconnectedly. Such are all the good Latin poets except Virgil in his Aeneid, which such are most of the modern poets, in which you will find many pieces worth reading that will not take up above 7 or 8 minutes. Bailey's Moraries and other dictionaries are proper books to take and shut up for a little intervals of otherwise idle time, and everybody has in the course of the day between either their studies or their pleasures. Good night.